What's up, guys? It's me, Tamaya, and today we're back finally with some Myteam 2021 F1 2021 Myteam career mode. And this weekend we are going to Spain, but actually we have a really big break. We have a season break because we had Portugal and Imola I think, was it Portugal? We either had Portugal or Imola between Bahrain and Spain, I think. I can't remember, but obviously those aren't in the game. But as soon as they are in the game, of course we're gonna be playing those. So as we load in, we get a personnel department event. So we're gonna go to the event, obviously, and yeah, let's see.
Department has asked us to deal with this. We have a couple of options here. Take your time. What you decide to do will have
oh my god, dude, shut up. So Christian Lundgaard has been really hitting their stride in the simulator recently. While they're in the zone, where should we get them to focus their development? So we could do pace or awareness. We're gonna do pace because I think he could probably get more points for us. So yeah,
Thanks.
I'm gonna ask him to do some
I know
pace.
these kind of decisions can be challenging.
We gotta up the sim. The sim looks like a living room simulator or something. So at the end of the last episode, I did not put it in, but I bought some upgrades, and I think we bought the chassis upgrade, and I think the durability upgrade. I can't quite remember, but I know we got an upgrade, long story short. So yeah, I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna buy the fabrication spec, or the fabrication upgrade for our durability department, because I think I'm gonna have to do some more durability upgrades. I just have a feeling that the engine's gonna wear fast. Like, already the ICE is at 22%. So yeah, by Monaco it could be bad. So yeah, but let's organize some activities. We're gonna do a funded team event. Gonna get some weight training in for Christian. We're gonna attend the esports event. We'll do some sponsor event filming, and that'll be the last thing we do. Yeah. Alright. Alright, let's advance. So, right before we head into the race weekend, we get an aerodynamics department event. And basically, all they wanted to see was all they asked was if I wanted to if I wanted them to work more hours so we could get a discount on the streamlined suspension, or if I just wanted to go ahead and decline. Now, agreeing would mean that the aerodynamics morale goes down 20%, but
Thanks for stepping in and helping handle that.
yeah. So I went ahead and I accepted that, and our morale was low, so if we get the chance, I'm going to do anything to get the aerodynamics department morale a little bit higher, because the last thing we need is low morale, meaning no discounts on anything, and it's just going to be difficult to buy upgrades in the aerodynamics department. So finally, after looking at some upgrades, I think we bought a couple, we head into the race weekend. Alright, so here we are loaded into practice 1, and here we're just looking at what practice programs we need to do and what the goals are. And then I wanted to look at the setup a little bit. I didn't change anything, obviously. I don't really know my setups off the top of my head, I might just have to go back to F1 2020 and pull them off there. But we are going to drive out for the track acclimatization program. So I will see you guys when we start that. So I didn't want to bore you guys with practice and doing the entire track acclimate. I don't even know how to say it anymore. Lap, but here we are going through turn 12 and 13 as we get purple through 14 and we round 15, and it's going to be green, but green is not necessarily bad, and we come around the last corner and we get purple. So that is going to be purple on our track acclimatization lap, but unfortunately later on in the lap we lost the car and we just crashed, and it wasn't to the point where like we had a little bit of front wing damage that could be fixed, but it was to the point where we had to retire. So right now what you're seeing is all of the different angles of the crash, and it's really unfortunate that this had to happen because that is going to be money out of our bank. But I'm going to see you guys in qualifying. All right, so here we are in qualifying, and here's our first run. As on this first run, I do run onto the grass just a little bit, but we come through turn 1 and it's pretty clean. Up into turn 2, down to turn 3, we keep the car on the track, go a little bit wide. I feel like it felt very understeery, but you know, we made it work. And now up to I think this is turn 5, and this is actually where we lost the car, and it was because we were a little too quick on the throttle, but we nail that and we come through to turn 6. No, this is turn. I'm not quite good with the turns. Also, guys, please forgive my voice. I am losing it just a little bit, so my voice sounds a little like raspy and deep, but my normal voice isn't this bad. So here we are coming around, I don't know what turn this is, 13. Yeah, and then here's 14. I'm really bad at turns, you guys. Through turn 15, I think. Yeah, and we come around the last corner, and our first lap is going to be a 1:20.1. And here I was gonna go for another lap, but then I didn't realize Ricardo was so close behind, and so I just was like, you know what, forget it. So I just returned to the garage and I simulated most of the session, and then I went out for another run. So I'm gonna let you guys hear that run. I think that was my best run in qualifying on a new set of tires, but I'm gonna let you guys hear that for pure engine sounds.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
And there you have it. That was our best lap of qualifying, and it was a 1:18.4. So We didn't improve anymore after this, so we just went ahead and boxed in and went to the race.
Today, let's have your take on it. You won't be starting at the front of the pack. Are you worried? You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip? Great. Well, that's everything.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
Welcome along then to what promises to be another fascinating Spanish Grand Prix, a race which saw Max Verstappen win on his first ever appearance with the Red Bull team in 2016. This after the dramatic coming together of Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg on the first lap. Will we see more moments for the scrapbook here today? The Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya then, a high-speed 2.89-mile circuit which demands an efficient downforce package and bravery on the part of the driver, especially through the blind right of turn 9, which we might just see taken flat this weekend. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1, so how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are three main things to worry about there, Crofty: positioning, awareness, and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo and Perez, Leclerc, Vettel, Stroll and Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Tsunoda, Esteban Ocon and Raikkonen, Lundgaard, Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher and Carlos Sainz, Russell, Mazepin, Latifi and Ryan. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, so here we are ready for the Grand Prix. We're going to be doing a one-stop mediums to hards, and unfortunately, I did not notice that Nicholas Latifi had improved. So we are starting literally on the last row, last spot on the grid. Anyways, here we are for the start of the Grand Prix, as it is 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we go. And we get an okay start, as we are going to get up the inside of Latifi. And here we are into turn 1. We're going to get a dive bomb, a huge dive bomb on Carlos Sainz, but he's still going to stick the move because I didn't want to be too aggressive. So we end up only gaining 1 position, and that's on Latifi. But into turn 4, we're going to get the dive on Mazepin, and we're going to stick the move. I thought he was still there. I didn't want to close on him. And into turn 5, we're going to get a huge move done. We're going to go down the inside of George Russell, and it is up into P18 off of the start. Here we are behind Mick Schumacher, going up into, I believe, turn 10. And he has a little bit of a gap, but I'm going to try to close up. I don't know how well we can do, But into turn 11, we actually get the dive bomb on Antonio Giovinazzi. I thought I was behind Mick, but I guess I wasn't. But here we are now behind Mick. And into turn 14, we're going to stay behind Mick. And it's going to be Lewis Hamilton leading the Grand Prix off of the leading lap. So a decent first lap as George Russell looks to make a move, but he doesn't quite go for it. We're going to go defensive towards the inside to block off that inside line. And we're going to kind of move to the middle, but George is going to go for it around the outside, but we just barely stay ahead, meaning he has to back out going into turn 2. Into turn 3 now. We are in the back of Mick Schumacher, and we're trying to maintain a gap between Russell, but like close up to Mick Schumacher. Don't know how well we're going to be able to do that, just because even though our car is better than the Haas, it does not feel better. Spain is all dirty air, so, you know, it's hard to keep up with the car in front. So here we are rounding the last lap. I'm at the last corner of lap 2 and on to the next lap, lap 3, where DRS will be activated. So I wanted to skip ahead a little bit to lap 6, where George Russell actually made contact to my gearbox, I think, and he actually lost his front left end plate. So I was able to get away for a little bit as he held up this little train of cars,
That's us down
but not for long because obviously he boxed for a new front wing. So now here we are on lap 10, and this is after, I believe, Lance Stroll, Charles Leclerc, and Sebastian Vettel boxed, and they were all far enough ahead to the point where they came out in front, so we did not gain any position. So we're in P18. I think we were still in P18. I have to go back and check. Don't get mad at me, I forgot. But yeah, here we are in P18. Just trying to keep up with Giovinazzi, but he's just pulling away, and I cannot gain any time on anybody here at Spain. Like, I was really struggling this race as everybody else just is able to stay within DRS range of me, at least. And so, yeah, we're just going to keep chasing down, or keep driving and hoping to catch Giovinazzi, as the front left tire is really worn. Like, we're struggling. It's worn a lot more, as you can, I think you can see on the in the bottom right corner on the diagram that the front left tire is just, it's kind of gone, to be honest. Like, the grip is not there whatsoever. But yeah, I'm going to skip to when we pit. All right, so here we are on lap 14, and we're going to head into the pit lane as we are really close to Mazepin here. So hopefully our pit stop can gain us some time. Maybe we can be fast enough to get in front of him, as he's got to go into his pit lane faster, and I know the Haas pit crew from experience usually is not too fast. So here we are into the pit, and the boys are going to give us a 2-second stop. It's going to be really close as they're not going to let us. They're not going to give us the position on Mazepin. But the recording cut, sorry about that. But here we are down into turn 1. I'm going to cross the white line a little bit, but we do get in front of Mazepin, and that is the job done, as we're going to just try and drive and keep with George Russell a little bit, even though George is on that fresher set of tires. So here we are, lap 15, and Nicholas Latifi has boxed, and we're going to be coming through, what is this, turn 14 and 15, and, yeah, so around turn 16, I keep wanting to say lap, onto lap 16, and it's going to be close with Latifi out of the pits, as he's right there. And we are going to get the move done into turn 1. Okay, so once again, the PlayStation did not record us getting the move done on Latifi, but it's okay, because here we are on lap 18 down into turn 11 up into turn 12, and you can see Latifi's down in 20 seconds, and there's a 4.4 second gap between me and him, and Mazepin is 6 tenths behind. And I tried to keep touch with George Russell, but we just couldn't. Even though George is going to box this lap,
Blue flag.
as we are, wow, we're getting blue flagged. In F1 2020, even though I didn't record that, in F1 2020, I don't think I ever got blue flagged. But, yeah, here we are, getting blue flagged by Lewis Hamilton. And he wasn't quite close enough, but we are going to let him through cleanly into turn 3, or through turn 3, up into turn 4. We're going to try to stick with him a little bit, maybe give ourselves a gap to Mazepin.
Seconds.
But we just can't
It
quite
looks like we
do
might
it.
have
I
an
don't
issue.
think
Hang in there. We're
Lewis is a
attempting
little
to
too
manage it.
fast, and I think we just got the message that we are experiencing engine problems. So that is really unfortunate. And right here, I felt like there was a bit of a loss of power because I don't know, it felt slow, and it was taking quite a while to it wouldn't actually go up to 8th gear.
Blue flag,
And
blue
here
flag.
as a
Okay,
blue
looks
flag,
like a mechanical
and
failure.
oh
We're gonna
my
have to ask
god,
you to find a safe spot to
oh my
retire.
gosh, you
Sorry about
guys,
that.
that's an engine failure. So I had to pull over at a Marshall station. Here the game completely just took over, and oh my gosh, you guys, I am gutted. I'm absolutely gutted, because even though it wasn't a good race, I don't know. Maybe this was actually good, because we just weren't having a good race anyway. But unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. We can't flashback. We can't do anything. And we're going to be out of the race, which is really unfortunate. So it's going to be Mercedes coming through to win. Lewis Hamilton, actually. I don't know if it was a Mercedes one too. I think it was a, I think Valtteri Bottas got third, but we're just going to have to wait and see after the podium. So yeah.
Hectic parts of the race meant they were able to capitalize on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. So, let's review
All right,
the
and it's going to be
drivers'
Lewis
stats.
Hamilton
Well,
who
the gap
comes
at the top of
through
the
to
championship has
win
been
the
cut
race.
down
He's going to take
after
away
a
25
difficult
points
race
as
today for
Valtteri
our
Bottas
championship leader.
is going to
Let's
steal the
focus on
fastest
driver
lap
of the
from
day.
him. So
Ashley
Valtteri's going to get
Davidson.
19
Who do you
points.
Fernando Alonso, wherever he is, whatever team
Lando
he's
Norris
in,
and
wins
Daniel
is not
Ricciardo
just
in
brilliant.
4th and
He'll give
5th.
you a
So
performance
what a good
every
race for
time, just
McLaren,
like he's done
as
today.
they're not
It's
quite
time
there
to
for the
check out the
championship.
constructors'
But
standings. Mercedes continue to
guys,
extend their
I'm
lead. Meanwhile,
gutted
good work from
because
Aston Martin this
it wasn't a
weekend,
good
who
race,
pushed
but
themselves
gosh,
further up
it
the
just
order.
doesn't feel
After
good
an
to
event like that,
finish.
who knows what the sport has in store for us next time?
And
Be sure to join us again
it just
as we
doesn't feel
continue
good
to
to
bring
not
you the
even
latest
finish, actually,
excitement
because we did
in
not finish the
Formula
race.
One.
I don't know. I couldn't see where my teammate finished, but we're gonna go to the interview with Claire.
It looked like you had a few mechanical hiccups during that race.
So obviously we had a freaking thing, but I think it's with the durability department. So it really sucks.
It must be crushing when something goes wrong that's entirely out of your
So here's our interview with Claire. It's not much. You guys can you see what's going on. But Claire asked us a question. I think it's after this one. Claire asked us a
Not a
question
great day for your teammate today.
about
What do you think went wrong?
what happened to our teammate, and Christian finished the race, but he did get lapped, and I got lapped anyways. So I don't quite know what she was talking about, but Yeah, I just said, I imagine that he ran into a team issue too, or a technical
Well, that's
issue
everything.
too. So that's going to be the end of our interview as we load into the rivalry screen with Nikita Mazepin, and obviously he's going to get all the points except for the podium finish. So this rivalry is it's not going good because we only have 1 point, but there's always time to catch up. We've got, I think, like 6 races or something for this rivalry, so hopefully we can win it. So we're going to go up to Team Acclaim level 4. So we are 1 level away from getting a secondary sponsor, and the team total is going to be $2.2 million. And we didn't get max amount of cash because damage deductions for me 40K. I think it was because of that crash we had in FP1. So as we go back to the team headquarters, that's pretty much going to wrap the episode up. There's not much left to do. I don't think I bought any upgrades, but as you can see, we do have worn components. And as I am recording this, I'm in the middle of recording the next race weekend, but I found out it was the MGU-H, so looks like it was just an overheating problem. The engine got too hot and we weren't able to. So if you guys enjoyed, please make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below if you're enjoying, or give me tips or something, I don't know. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.